Okay, everyone, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Welby Community School Discovery Session. My name is Megan Kirby. I'm the Assistant Director at Welby Community School. We'll have a couple different people joining us today. We'll start with the agenda. Today we're going to do some introductions. We'll talk about Welby's mission and vision. We will do an overview of our school and our model. We're an expeditionary learning school. We'll look at some snapshots of learning around the school for some of our grades. We'll talk about the different programming we have here at Welby, do a virtual tour, and then you'll have time to ask questions at the end. So we'll start with some introductions. First of all, we'll talk about our new director starting in the 2022-23 school year, Danielle Dixon. Danielle is moving over from York this year. We're very excited to be getting her at Welby. She has been in the district for 11 years. Danielle started at Adventure Elementary as a kindergarten teacher here in Mapleton, and has been an assistant director and now will be the director at Welby. So she has experience working in EL schools. Danielle is very excited to be coming back to EL, and we are, as I mentioned, very excited to be meeting her here at Welby. Okay. All right, my name is Megan Kirby. As I mentioned before, I'm the assistant director here at Welby Community School. I have been in the district for 20 years in the role of a special education teacher, an instructional guide. I was a special education coordinator for several years, and now I am the assistant director here at Welby Community School. And I'm excited to introduce our instructional guide, Alyssa Stonick.
Hi everyone, my name is Alyssa Stonick. I'm the instructional guide here at Welby Community School. I have been at Welby for 7 years now, beginning as a 3rd and 4th grade teacher and the last 2 years as the instructional guide. Ms. Kirby and I are very excited to share about how wonderful Welby is.
Okay, moving back into our presentation. We're going to start with the mission and vision at Welby. So Welby Community School is a school of the arts, educates students to become lifelong learners by cultivating curiosity, critical thinking, and creativity through engaging work that is challenging, adventurous, and meaningful. We believe that the arts can inspire a love of learning that will build a foundation for future academic success and inspire students to create a better world. We're going to talk a little bit about an overview of the school.
So Welby serves students in pre-kindergarten through 6th grade. Our school day starts at 7:55, although parents are welcome to drop their students off at 7:40 to enjoy a gentle start in their classrooms and breakfast. And pickup begins at 2:50. Our morning preschool hours are from 7:45 to 10:45. And our afternoon preschool hours are from 11:45 to 2:45. Additionally, we'll talk about this a little bit more towards the end of our presentation. We have the Hawk's Nest After School program, and that runs from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and is open to all students at Welby. Just like in the rest of Mapleton School District, transportation will be provided to any students living within the Mapleton District boundaries. So you don't have to live right across the street from Welby to enjoy coming to our school.
This is Miss Vivian Cobbins. She is a 5th grade student here at Welby Community School, and Vivian It's her first year here at Welby, and she absolutely loves it here. She says something that makes Welby special is how welcoming the community is. No matter who you are accepted. And I think Ms. Stonick, who has been at the school for 7 years, would agree that Welby is definitely a very welcoming community. It's a small community and really close-knit. Our kids are family to us.
They sure are, Megan.
Okay, as we mentioned before, Welby is an EL school, which is an expeditionary learning school. The EL mission is that when students and teachers are engaged in work that is challenging, adventurous, and meaningful, learning and achievement flourish. Our mission is to create classrooms where teachers can fulfill their highest aspirations and students achieve more than they think possible, becoming active contributors to building a better world. And Ms. Stonick will tell you a little bit more about the EL model.
So as Ms. Kirby mentioned, EL education focuses a lot on not just academic rigor, but also character development. In terms of character development, we look at what are successful attributes for a student to not only become a lifelong learner, but also contribute positively to our world. And so at Welby, we have developed our 6 Hawk habits. These are similar to EL education's habit of scholarship. And those are compassion, perseverance, collaboration, courage, integrity, and craftsmanship. Teachers weave these character traits into their daily lessons, such as crew or literacy or math, and students really incorporate their character development alongside with their academic growth and achievement. This is very similar to EL education's 3 dimensions of student achievement, which have to do with mastery of knowledge and skills, so that's our academic achievement, character, and producing high quality work that makes the world a better place. At Welby, you will see students working on character goals such as becoming more compassionate or collaborative teammates and working on perseverance. With that, in EL education, we use the approved EL education language arts curriculum. This is a comprehensive, research-informed core language arts program, which engages teachers and students through compelling real-world content and is based on college and career readiness standards. Oftentimes, students will engage in a 2-month or 3-month study of a topic. They learn about it very in depth and produce work that then is shared with the broader community. Okay, and here are just a few snapshots of some of that work at Welby. So for example, in 4th grade, students dive into a deep study of animal defense mechanisms, specifically through a lens of scientists. They look at how animals' bodies and behaviors help them survive in the wild, and then transition into more of a creative narrative writing where they author a choose your own adventure story featuring one of the animals that they studied. So we see a lot of melding between informative texts and narrative texts and writing, and then students showcase this work through the production and authoring of a choose your own adventure story. In 1st grade, in the very first module, which is a unit of study in EL education, students study literacy and citizenship through learning about different jobs and how tools help people complete these jobs. Then they collaborate with their peers to create their own magnificent thing, which is a tool that can be useful in their classroom, and they present this work to an audience. So in the picture below, you'll see Miss Aguado, one of our 1st grade teachers, supporting 2 of her 1st grade students in October or November, presenting their work to their classmates and other adults in the building of a tool that they could use to help their classroom.
Our students are very excited to have a celebration of learning at the end of their modules. It's really exciting for students and teachers. They invite all the other classes, and there's usually a pretty good turnout for the celebrations of learning. So we love to share that. Thank you, Ms. Stonick. As we move on, we're going to talk about Welby and the arts. This year, Welby is moving a little more towards the arts. We've been an EL school over the past many years, and now we feel it is a great opportunity to be able to incorporate the arts more into our curriculum. As Ms. Stonick mentioned, our curriculum takes very deep dives into different areas, so this is going to be a great opportunity to incorporate the arts in. So Welby Community School is rooted in an appreciation for the arts and has a rich tradition of creativity and craftsmanship. Student learning is enriched through visual arts, music, dance, and performing arts. Each year, Welby students demonstrate their learning with a unique performance or showcase, including a variety of art, sculptures, 2D, music like recitals or concerts, and performances such as plays, film festivals, and more. For example, our first grade ended with their last module with a poetry reading. That can very easily be incorporated through the arts into something like a poetry slam. Ms. Stonick, can you think of another?
Yeah, I think that we have, in addition to having these in-depth studies through our curriculum, we also have an incredible visual arts teacher and music teacher at Welby who collaborate very closely with our classroom teachers to create and expand on what we already have going on in our school. So for example, we might see that in 4th grade, students learn about the American Revolution, and one of the anchor texts in that module is reading a reader's theater play all about a family experiencing the American Revolution. And we've spoken with our arts teachers to think about how could we turn that into a showcase through a one-act play, for our 4th graders to perform, practice, memorize lines, and then showcase at the end of the school year. So as Ms. Kirby said, in each grade level, there are 3 to 4 celebrations of learning that can happen, and our model melding with the arts is just another great way to expand on the things that are already happening here at Welby.
Thank you. In addition to the arts, there's lots of different programming at Welby. First of all, we are host to an Inclusive Learning Center, an ILC. This is a place where students with multiple disabilities are able to learn alongside their grade level peers. We really pride ourselves here at Welby that all of our students have access to the general education curriculum and to their peers, and spend a majority of their day with their grade level peers. We also have programming for students in which English is not their first language. We have some phenomenal teachers who collaborate, co-teach, work very closely with the general education teachers to make sure that our students who are not English proficient or are working on their English proficiency are able to engage in all of the curriculum with the supports that they need as well. Along that, we have many of our teachers here at Welby who are in the general education classroom also have their license in culturally and linguistically diverse education. Welby has an amazing outdoor learning park. This learning park is only a couple, like 2 to 3 years old, that features demonstration gardens, outdoor classrooms, a history walk. You can see in the picture here, there's a tree house where students do learning. There's a blackboard and teachers will bring classes out and teach lessons here in the tree house from time to time. We also have, we'll be getting to this a little bit later, but we have a 21st Century Grant program here at Welby, run by Una Wellen. We have, it's free after school programming for kids in kindergarten through 6th grade. We have cooking, theater, dance, music, art. We've had cheerleading, Lego club, student council, just to name a few of the different clubs that we have here at Welby. And that we will get into just a little bit later. Okay, we're going to look at our school.
Yeah, so, in this virtual format, we thought you might enjoy seeing some pictures of our beautiful school. And I believe it was the 2016 election, we were able to pass a bond and a mill levy, which helped us to really enhance the indoor and outdoor learning areas of Welby. And so in this first image, you can see kind of the main foyer when you walk into Welby. There are skylights above, and you're greeted by the Oasis, which is a beautiful plant room that students can not only use as a place to interact with the natural world, but also as a learning opportunity. Many students in the younger grades learn about, plants and how they develop from a seed all the way to the plant that we see today. We have a huge study of trees in kindergarten. And so we have a beautiful plant room called the Oasis that students can use. Then we move through the halls. We have a wonderful library stocked with many, many books, as well as trees and comfy places for students to cozy up and enjoy their favorite book. Our cafeteria is kind of an open air concept. We have booths for students to enjoy, and it feels really like they might be in a restaurant. And then lots of flexible learning spaces outside of the classrooms. High top tables for students to do group work at. So just a lot of different options here at Welby. Here you can see students engaging in their work, collaborating with their peers in really beautiful spaces that teachers have helped to curate for their learning. And then we see some images of our arts classrooms. We have wonderful instruments in our music room and beautiful student work being created in our art studio.
All right, and one of the EL core practices is that we have beautiful spaces, and Welby, and not only do we have beautiful spaces, but we commit to caring for them, and that is something that we really work with our students here at the school to be able to maintain beautiful spaces inside and outside the school. And Welby really is just a beautiful place to be. We talked a little bit about the Hawk's Nest program. That's a grant that we have here. It generally starts, there's one session that takes place in the fall, one session that takes place in the spring. It's not something that starts up the first day of school. Starts up about maybe 6 weeks into the school year, Monday through Thursday from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Transportation is provided for students and snacks are provided. This year we have a lot of tutoring that's been offered to our students, as well as we spoke about before some of the other programming that we have here. So our second session will start at the end of February and go through the second week of May. And I think we're even adding some rock climbing to the program offerings this year. So it's really diverse. Our students enjoy it, and our teachers really enjoy it, and it's just a pretty cool addition to our school here at Welby. So that is all that we had for the evening. We know there may be some questions. If you have questions, you can always call the school at 303-853-1700, or for Spanish, 1705. Ms. Danielle Dixon and my emails are on here as well. You can reach out to us at any time or call the front office for us. We're more than happy to meet with parents, talk with parents, and really give a good feel for what it is to be here at Welby. I have a child myself. I have children who have had to switch schools. I know how that can be a little tricky and lots of questions. So please feel free to reach out at any time for any questions. Let's see if there are any questions as of now.
So far, Ms. Kirby, it doesn't look like there are any questions, but we know those questions will arise as you continue to think about the best placement for your child in Mapleton. And we will be available to answer any of those questions when they come up.
All right, well, we want to thank you today for joining us. Again, reach out at any time, and we hope to see your child at Welby Community School next year.